name is Mikaa Blugeon-Mered. I'm a member of the steering committee of the French Hydrogen Task Force, and I'm a researcher and lecturer on hydrogen geopolitics at some universities in France and Morocco.
Okay, so you gave your presentation though, right?
Yeah, three actually throughout the 2 days.
Briefly explain like what was about.
Sure, the geopolitics of fuel cells, first of all, explaining how there's a geopolitics dedicated to fuel cells, or rather fuel cells are geopoliticized now. That's the first point. And the second thing I presented on was the French hydrogen strategy in a changing environment, because in the EU things are changing quite a lot. And the third thing was, once again, related to France, but really France and Korea, what kind of partnerships could be developed between the two countries.
Okay, so you said this was your third time visiting H2Me conference, and how do you find this year's conference different than last year's?
Different indeed.
Yeah.
But what's funny about H2Meet is that every year you set the bar higher and higher and higher, and definitely H2Meet now is a mandatory stop in my agenda every year. I mean, this is the place to discuss hydrogen in Korea to begin with, and in Asia, in Northeast Asia in particular, it's one of the best conferences where you can meet very diverse people, and not just Koreans, of course, but all those foreigners who are also involved in Korea, which is a really, really, really wealthy experience.
Okay, so I assume that you're going to come back next year as well.
I hope so. If the inviting committee, the steering committee, invites me again.
Okay, so what would you expect to see next year, though?
What would I expect to see next year? Maybe more nuclear hydrogen, because definitely that's something we have in common, France and Korea, and definitely that's something in France we would put at the forefront. And here, I don't know, there's some kind of shyness, I would say, about it, where actually this is one maybe of the key elements that Korea could develop. But the other thing is gender as well, because we need more women in hydrogen at all kinds of points of decision throughout the industry. And definitely women in other conferences elsewhere in the world, they bring a different perspective.
Oh, very interesting.
Yeah, so maybe more gender balanced approach.
Okay, so thank you for your opinion, and thank you for having us today. 1, 2, 3.
Meet hydrogen.